Yep, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay, good.
Let's see. What is going on, everyone?
Got my coffee, got my charts. What else could I ask for, you know?
What's up, Darren? Mr. Man?
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday.
Little Wednesday night session. Actually, haven't even looked at anything like in regards to doing some type of like top-down analysis.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, it's Wednesday, so yeah, we'll just do I was just gonna actually reflect on the analysis that we did at the beginning and see how it played out, and then see how um we're gonna either stick to that, analysis for the week, or maybe change up, just show them how we kind of handle things throughout the week
you want to just do that?
based on those analyses. Yeah, because I mean that seemed to go well last week. I thought it was pretty all right, and then we'll answer questions, see if there's any specific examples that you guys want to cover at the end.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Cool. Yeah, that works.
I'm actually interested to see that.
All right, cool. Let's
You
then
can
update
go ahead and share it.
on it more. Yeah. Well, let me just I have closing tabs. So cool. Oh wait, I was doing some one-on-ones earlier. This is marked up. Hold up. 1 second. Okay.
Jesus, Jesus H Christ. So yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. Like Nick said, what we're gonna do is just go over all the analysis that we posted at the beginning of the week, how that's playing out. Then we'll give you guys some other ideas for the end of the week. And if you got any questions, you go ahead and hit it up in the chat.
Use the rest of my screen here. Yeah, so like Angela said, we're just gonna kind of see how this analysis played out from Sunday, right? So we're midway through the week. Either this analysis is, following one of these trade paths, or it's doing something else. So we're gonna see how accurate we were, see if we're gonna make any changes for the rest of the week, and yeah, we're just gonna get into it. So starting off, always with ZXY. So there it is. There's my screen. Oh wait, my thing's not on. Oh, there we go. The camera wasn't on.
He's back.
Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. So initially, we were very bearish at the beginning of this week, right? We saw price action fell off pretty hard here after some consolidation, massive rejection of resistance right near a monthly at 91.5. So, good amount of volume here. It is an expanding pattern, so I'm kind of expecting, the volume to maintain here. So it's either going to pull back, form structure continue, or it's going to continue to drop, right? These were the original thoughts on Sunday. Let's play it forward, see what happened. All right, it's pulling back a little bit. We actually had a slow transition here, but you could see price action kind of stop. The volume died, started consolidating, and then started pushing higher. So we're seeing some volume now, expecting some sort of rejection in this area. So this trade idea is still pretty valid. So we could still be bearish on the dollar for the rest of the week. We'll see how it reacts here. If it breaks above this level, we'll start to reconsider as we get closer to the monthly. But yeah, pretty decent following this trade path as of right now, right, so far. So let's just jump to the chart for a little more, like a closer look here on a live chart. So yeah, we're right at our 50%, right at this key resistance. We still have a ways to go before it's considered broken. And then even then, this is an area of, a lot of indecision, right? We've seen some ranging happening here. A couple taps of resistance here, a couple taps of support down here, resistance again, support down here again. So yeah, we'll see. Definitely looking bearish, overall though. So let's move on to the next one, AU, first tradable pair. So we're very bullish on this, right? We're breaking resistance. We really wanted to see some sort of, higher low form and then a continuation to the upside, the negative 27 as our target. But we also had the prediction that if it broke below support here at 0.78, that we'd see a lower high and then just a continuation of this range. So let's see how this played out. Okay, this just dropped right back through, gave us a little retest here, right? It happened very, very quick. I mean, this is 4 hours. So this is like 8-hour retest. So there's some probably lower time frame entries in there if you were looking to short. Definite bearish momentum. This thing just tanked down to the bottom of the range at 0.7715, where we're seeing wicks. So essentially we're seeing some indecision here. This is definitely a level where we're anticipating, some buyers, some sort of reaction maybe. Also keep in mind the 200 EMA is here. So we've pretty much completed this trade path. So going forward for the rest of the week, it's either going to start to consolidate or continue with this type of volume. So it's going to reject pretty hard, or it's going to melt through this level, in which case by the end of the week we'll probably be retesting, looking for lower highs going into the next week, where we could potentially be bearish on AU. All right, but that is a lot of volume. This thing just tanked, but yeah, happened pretty quick. All right, let's take a look at the.
What is this, AU? Because the dollar this week is just being a lot stronger than anyone really anticipated.
Yeah, huge pullback to this level, right, guys? I mean, the volume is maintaining. This is definitely huge. So, bullish dollar equals bearish AU, right? Inversely correlated. So that's why, you're seeing this much momentum. But yeah, so here we are on the chart, falling to the bottom of the range. Let's move
Just
this over a little bit.
take note also, guys, of the zone Nick has marked at the 7,800 area. Obviously, price broke, like found some support there, broke, retested on a lower time frame. So just take note of the zones. Like that zone was definitely an area where you could have potentially got in on the short opportunity. Personally, we're waiting for more of a break and retest. Like that just happened so fast on that 4-hour time frame. But as you can see, price broke the support level and then retested it and came back.
You actually see this?
Yep.
Yeah, nice little reversal pattern, nice lower high, break lower, retest. Yeah, it's good little opportunity right there. And again, it just tanked to the bottom of the range. So yeah, let's just mark up what this could do for like the rest of the week, because obviously these two
Most important thing to look at is just the zones.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Because these are our targets, Price action's reacted here before. If it breaks this zone up here, we know this is definitely a possible target for us, right? Okay, because we've just seen the zone fill time and time again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5, crazy. So it's either going to reverse here and fill to the, top here, try and hit resistance at 0.78, or it's going to, stick with this bearish momentum. And this is what I was saying going into next week, right? We want to see this lower high. And then a push lower by another bearish leg down into the weekly. All right, so this is just, pretty much basic price action, just following structure here, using key zones as levels to kind of indicate where the trend is. So, pretty much overall here, we're still bullish as long as we're above 7,715, right? Because that's where this range is taking place. But overall, we're, pretty much bullish here, right? Until this is broken. And we can confirm that with this lower high. Then we're short. Then we're short all day long, down towards the weekly. All right, so that's AU. These are the, again, potential trade paths for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at AJ now. Okay, so very similar to AU, just a little more volume. Was overall very bullish, where it was expecting a sort of pullback, wanted to see, higher low and then continuation. Let's see how it played out. Okay, it pushed much higher, so these fibs are kind of irrelevant now. This is the new 0, pulled back dramatically. Still at support though, so let's jump over to, it could still reverse here, still could continue up. We'll see, but let's jump over to the real chart, the live chart. This is the AJ. Just covering this an example earlier today. All right, so here is new 0%, pulling back. So we're near the 61.8. So it's possible, let's actually make the zone thicker there. Okay, so it's actually possible that we could still reverse. And then this is what it would look like. So I actually wouldn't feel comfortable just buying off this first if I saw like a bullish setup or something.
Mhm.
I would honestly want to wait until I see lower time frame higher low above this level here. Maybe like a quick little retest, catch a wick or something. Something like this. Just more of a conservative entry. Because again, this could, pull back real quick and then dump. So I want to see it actually break a level and show me a sort of trend, even if it is on a lower time frame. And I want to see this. Okay, entries in here as this is being confirmed. And then targeting 0%, potentially higher. Towards, negative fib levels, key resistance as you see it. But yeah, so this is the likely scenario. I think, it could even drop a little bit lower to 786 and do something like this. So this would actually be a great entry here too, something similar to this. So we are technically, bullish as we are above this level here, 84.4 on the higher time frame. So it could pull back to this level, hit 786, push higher, give us a higher low here, some bullish setups to enter on, and then entries. Yeah, I like this trade better actually. So this is what could potentially happen for the rest of the week and into next week. Let's go over a bearish scenario in case this momentum sticks. So let's get this over there. Okay, so what needs to happen for us to consider this overall bearish, where we would start actually taking short positions, right? So we want to see a break of this key level, 84.4, which we said as price action is above it, we're generally bullish. So we really want to see a break below, and then it can confirmation that that level is broken, right? So that shows us in the form of a lower high. Just like this. And then you're looking for bearish setups over here to enter on. It's confirming the lower high, confirming the, okay, bearish. And then we're going to target the weekly. So a good amount of room either way here. Again, AJ is a ton of volume. So whichever way it goes, we're not going to be mad. We're going to find a good trade and kind of ride it out. All right. But right now, these are the two likely trade paths. Definitely still overall bullish though, even despite this crazy pullback. All right. So that's AJ. Let's move over to next one, UJ. All right, so we know DXY has been moving like crazy, so we can expect a lot of volume out of this. So initially, we were waiting for a break of 1084, quick retest, lower high to Entron is going to target the weekly, or a reversal at this level was likely as well. See how it played out. Clearly, huge double bottom, thing took off, blew through resistance at 1092. I mean, that's actually that worked out very, very well.
You want to just go over like why you placed that 104, 1084 level there?
Yeah, so I placed this level here because, well, it was part of a range. This was acting as support in a range over here. And it also showed that it was still a relevant level over here, right? Because it acted as resistance here, acted as support here, and then support here again. And I was considering a bullish opportunity here because on this time frame, you can see that this is a transition, right? So this is a break of a lower high here. This is our first higher low. This is a retest of that level to confirm it. So that's why I used this level as kind of the main pivot point and considered price action to reverse here. We saw a double bottom that gave us a lot of confidence behind this. And then, just kind of blew through this level. So the next stage of this is waiting for a pullback or, some sort of higher low, even above this level, potentially. Depends how USD continues to move for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and if you guys are trying to like take a trade on this, really all you're looking for is you're waiting to see how it reacts to that 1084 level, and then you get that huge wick, which obviously rejects the level, and then after that, you should be fairly confident to start to take longs if you're basing it on this time frame.
And I'm gonna cover that on UJ, probably on the 1 hour too, even because like once this starts to happen, like we've seen massive rejection once, massive rejection twice, and then a huge pin bar here, right? So we know this is a double bottom. I'm gonna start dropping time frames and looking for entries all in here. Yeah, let's go over that actually. Okay, so this is the live chart. Here was the double bottom. Let's go to the 1 hour, see what it looks like. Okay, so this actually is interesting here. So we saw the double bottom. We saw that this was a minor level on this time frame. So honestly, as this broke through this, gave us some lower time from higher low, and then started giving us some bullish variations. And you could have entered on one of these candles here. So probably this one. This was probably your best bet. That at that point it's way too far. So honestly, right in here. Then let's see. Let's check with the 4-hour. Go over where it could go now. So this would have been a pretty good entry. Stop loss would have been there. You would have targeted towards resistance up here. Let's see if it's going to hit it. If it does, this is the 2 trade paths. Could very well do this. Could start to pull back, somewhere in this area. And then at that point, you have to wait and see if it's going to form a higher low or if it's going to pull back through this level. So this is one potential trade path here. A little bit of a pullback and continuation. Right? Or it could do something like this, where it could just blow through this level, establish a new high, pull back to form or to hit some sort of fib level, give a structure, and then push higher. So could do something like this. Okay, these are the bullish outlooks. Yeah, I mean, this thing it is pretty much overall bullish. I mean, these are the bullish outlooks. Yeah, this thing is so overall bullish right now. It's got to pull back so far for me to be bearish on this. So first step, to consider this overall bearish, I want to see a break of 1092. Let me get rid of this just to keep it clear. I think this is more likely that it's going to pull back at this resistance and maybe form a higher low. So we'll leave that one as the more likely option. And then this is what needs to happen for me to consider this overall bearish. Okay, I'm going to start seeing some lower highs after major breaks of support. This will probably even happen over here a little more to the right. So something like this. Needs to be a huge pullback. We need to break back into this zone here, right? Need to see a strong lower high and then, a good amount of volume to break this level. And then you could target 107. But I mean, usually, honestly, has not been the easiest to mark up lately. It's just had so much movement, super overextended moves. I mean, just this one in general. We only, like here, if you look on the daily, how overextended it was for a while. This huge move here, right? We finally got structure once this pulled back to here. Now we're starting to make some movements higher again with similar volume that we saw on this rally. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if it's going to continue. Maybe we'll hit 111.5 finally. But it's just been it's kind of a bear lately. It's a pain in the ass to analyze. Yeah, so we'll see. Huge amount of volume. All right, so that's UJ. Let's do EJ. Overall, very bullish. This one was pretty clear for this week. We saw a nice flag, a nice breakout. So we were targeting, higher highs naturally. The weekly towards 132.75, which also our negative 27 fib level was at. So this was a good target. It was kind of already an active trade, so I gave this trade scenario as if you were still looking to get into it. Maybe you missed the trade. So we would really ideally want to see a pullback to 131.4, confirm another test of that level, and then a continuation higher. Right, so that's the bullish outlook, or a transition of 131.4, lower high below. That would then give us enough confidence that it would go bearish, and then we target lower towards our support levels. So let's see how this played out. Okay, they started pushing higher. We didn't get the pullback yet. Again, this is more of an active trade. This was really the entry down here on this breakout. There is what looks like to be a lower time frame flag of some sort, maybe. So maybe there was another little continuation pattern in there you could have entered on. Huge rejection right here as well. But yeah, it looks like we're just going to make a stop over this weekly. And yeah, it was already, just been kind of carrying this trade out the last couple of days. All right, so that's EJ. Let's jump over to the live chart and see how it is right now. Yeah, it's definitely going to hit this level. There's nothing really stopping it. No real resistance levels until 132.5. Yeah.
EJ's like a rocket right now.
Yeah, this thing's going. So we'll reanalyze this. I mean, for the rest of the week, I'm just gonna anticipate bullishness. We could see some rejection from this level, but this is just going to be more of a next week analysis at this point.
Yeah, and if you guys look at at the like above the 131,800, like 131,900, it clearly broke and retested that level right there. Yeah, literally that candle. So price obviously started to turn up into an uptrend, broke, retested that level one, two, several times right there. That's the area that we should have been looking for buys, literally right there. Nick had drawn out that lower zone, which obviously is powerful as well, but this thing just is trending. It's just trending up.
It's very powerful trend right now. Even let's take a look at the 1 hour for a second. If there is a little, I mean, this no doubt was, a little entry in here, even like just this whole ripsaw, like it just pushed lower, pulled back. Probably could have caught a little entry in here, started playing towards the highs. But this is like, is this a flag? I mean, I don't mind seeing fake outs in patterns sometimes. It just has to make sense overall. Let's see if this one makes sense. It's kind of an ugly one if it is. But yeah, not the best. Not the best. But so when that doesn't happen, support doesn't fail, guys. This thing obviously gave us a real clear fake out, pullback, lower time frame, higher low, bullish engulfing, and now it's off again. But it did make an attempt to pull back, but didn't actually break. Didn't actually break it. 4 hours shows that as well. EJ. Man, EJ is a pain in the ass sometimes. Like, look at this. King of fake outs. Jeez.
Yep.
Here as well. Guys, yeah, look at that. Just look at this. There's like fake outs all over on EJ. Loves it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Loves it. Whoa. Loves this little pattern. We'll push up, we'll pull back. All over the place. Same for the bearish example. All right, so that's EJ. Just gonna be a next week analysis at this point. Let's check out gold real quick. Definitely some movement on this as we saw, the US dollar is super bullish. So naturally we're expecting some bearishness out of gold here, but this was Sunday's analysis. I did think this was a bit overextended. I did want to see a pullback, and then some sort of confirmation of support here, 1800 again, because this is a huge level that kind of decides the daily trend. So I really want to see this confirmed by structure, by a higher low, and then a continuation of the trend. So that was obviously trade path one. But if we saw price action break lower, give us a lower high below 1800 again, we'd be back to bearish outlooks. So let's see if this worked out. Okay, it's starting to pull back. Okay, not bad. So maybe we can get some good structure. We're at the 38.2 now. That's a good sign. 61.8 would be better. Right at 1800. If we catch a reversal off that, could be looking for some really big pips. Back up towards 0%, negative 27. I mean, that's 600 pips alone, just back up to the negative 27. So we'll see. We will see. Let's jump over to the live chart real quick. See where we're at. Yeah, here's the pullback. Maybe we'll see it. Something like this is definitely ideal. So honestly, right now, even we could be getting reversals anywhere in here, 38.2 to 61.8. It's honestly our area of entry where we're looking for reversals. All right, so yeah, that's just all the Sunday analysis. Kind of caught you guys up for the week and showing you which ones are still valid, what's still possible for the rest of the week. And yeah, so just these 6, and you guys have access to all of these. Keep checking in. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. Do you want to cover some?
Yeah, I'll hop on and cover some. Let's see here. You see my screen?
Yep.
All right, cool. So going off of what we covered on Sunday, I'm just gonna run through the major pairs here and GJ. Let's start off with GJ actually. So coming into the week, as we can see, this thing scooted up. So let's just do a top-down analysis, guys. Coming from the weekly time frame, we can clearly see the trend is super bullish. Super bullish has been for quite some time. Let me get this off here. So yeah, we've been super bullish since pretty much December, making this new high, and then we actually came back, retested this low. Everyone was getting faked out here with the selling pressure that happened with this candle, and then price respected the trend and now pushed up to the upside. So this is trending again. Let's go down to the daily. Again, down to the daily time frame. Not overthinking it. It's just an uptrend. Very clearly an uptrend. Consolidated a bit in this area, and now we're just making that next push up. And then we want to break down this whole entire push to just get a much more clear idea as to what's going on with this trend. And going into the week, this was the outlook. When we did the call on Sunday, we identified the ascending triangle here, which is a continuational pattern, as you guys know. Ideally, we were looking for the breakout and the retest of this area. As you can see, price just ended up flying up right outside of this pattern. If you did want to potentially get in on buying opportunities, you would have really had to buy on these higher lows inside of the ascending triangle. So it didn't present anything too great of a buying opportunity, in my opinion, on this one, but the pattern was definitely identified and did play out that way. Where are your composite zones? The who's this? Brian? Is this guy trolling me? No, it's not Brian. I'm not going to be demoing the strategy that me and Brian are doing inside of the Learn and Earn group on this. We're just going to do more of a top-down analysis on this one. This is more for swing trading, more for swing trading using the daily and the 4-hour time frame. The composite zones and the VWAP is those tools I'm only using on the 5-minute time frame, and specifically trading in the New York session. So we're not gonna cover those in here. That's for inside the Learn and Earn group. That's what me and Brian are doing inside on the New York session. And there's material on that though inside of the course, and we're also going to be creating more material on that as well, because that is the new strategy that I am using, at least specifically for the New York session. But this one we're just going to stick to doing the top-down analysis, because in my opinion, it still can be really effective. It really just comes down to what your schedule is like. Most people who are working like to swing trade as well, so you don't have to be on the charts as much. When it comes to myself right now, I want to get my trading in the morning done and then not have to worry about it for the rest of the day. But that's just, how I'm currently trading. So we're going to stick to this. As you can see, GJ played out really well with the pattern. Always important to try to identify patterns. Where are we looking for next? I've got my monthly level marked up here. If I come up to the monthly time frame and take a look, why do I have this area marked? It's pretty simple. This is our area of interest. We have resistance here, support here. Now as price drives up into this level, we're going to look for a reversal, because there's a lot of resistance sitting up in this area. If we wanted to continue to try to trade this current trend that we're in right now, as we could see price is starting to taper off, making these lows, making these highs, making these lows right here. Ultimately, guys, if you did want to get in on a position, what I would do is I would wait for the break above this level, and then I would just set a nice limit order. So if you get 2 candles that close above this level, you can set a little limit order here and then take this thing to the upside, just like this. And then obviously you're going to be targeting this upwards level because you're just kind of getting down to the lower time frame. Look at this. So I'll leave this on. We'll see how this plays out. Obviously, Wednesday, so we still got two more days. So we'll see how that one goes. Price could certainly just start to come down all the way to this 152 level, which we previously wanted it to retest. But this would be my trade idea more immediately on GJ. So let's go to USD CHF next. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. So as we can see on the weekly time frame, this thing has been very bearish over the last few weeks. Now we're coming into this like monthly support level, and obviously we're testing it. So if I come back up to the monthly, we can clearly see, I'm gonna just zoom out. What is this level actually based on? So we had support right here, we had resistance right here, support here, resistance here. So this is obviously a key level that price could potentially reverse all from. So coming down to the monthly, if this week closes, or coming over the weekly, if this week closes as bullish as it is right now, that would mean that this level has been tested, not broken. So then we could see further reversal as we come down to the daily time frame. I'm still in a bearish outlook overall. Like this week could certainly turn down, wick below this level, and just become very bearish. And as we can see here, I mapped this out on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to zoom out again. We can see the trend. We made this low, lower high, this push to this low right here, lower high. And if you guys are having trouble identifying structure, like all you should do is literally map out the trends with your path tool, just like this. Boom. And then hide the candlesticks chart and just literally try to make it as simple as possible. Like you're in a clear downtrend right now. Price is coming up to test this potential resistance level, which it just broke through. So we basically have to see how price reacts now in this zone. So this is resistance or support now turned into resistance. If we were to fib this as well, this is just kind of building up what this trading idea is. If we were to fib this as well, this is going to be the area to look for potential reversal on this pair on USD CHF. We got 61.8, you got the resistance level right here. All we need is a third confirmation, some sort of wick from the upside, maybe a bearish engulfing, something like that. And then we'll definitely get in on this trade, or potentially get in on this trade to the downside. If I come to the 30-minute as well, if we can see here the trend very bullish. Then we push this late push to the upside. We're grabbing liquidity in this area. If price breaks this level, and we don't even need to be on this time frame yet, like on the 4-hour, this is what I'm talking about. Like if price closes lower, wicks at 61.8, then once we go down to the 30-minute, we're gonna see this transition. We're gonna see price break this support level, retest, and then it's going to head lower. So this is the idea on USD CHF. We'll see how it plays out. Price could certainly continue to accelerate to the upside here, breaking this resistance level. And at that point, nothing's stopping this until it gets to this 91.3, 91.4 area. So two ideas here. If you want to be super aggressive, you start to take longs, on this one, and target that upward level and have stops below here. If you want to try to go with this overall 4-hour trend, then you'd wait for the break and the retest and then get in on a short opportunity there. So that's USEF. Let's head over to GU, which has been shitting the bed lately. Let's bump up. And to think, man, we back here, those shorts were on in December. This thing has not slowed up ever since December. It's really fucking crazy. So let's go up to the monthly. Monthly, we're clearly retesting this resistance level. So you're in some sells right now. We're clearly retesting this resistance level right here. We got support, resistance here. So we're waiting to see if we're gonna have some sort of reversal from this area. Price is shooting up, but we already had this large wick. And look, previously, price in this area right here obviously rejected it pretty well. So we would need to see like an actual break and retest of this level all the way on the monthly. Down to the weekly, trend has been very bullish, so just accelerating up to the upside. So trend has definitely been bullish. And then down to the daily, the trend just broke back to being bullish. So for now, I'm looking for buys. Even though we are kind of at this high point right now, and the monthly time frame does have that like key resistance level. I don't want to anticipate this move that much. I don't want to anticipate this sell that much. If we were to swing this, I'd be looking for a retest of this high, and then the swing would be, you know, to our next extension level. If we were to try to take some sort of intraday move, like trade this more immediately, it'd be very simple. We're waiting for price to come down here anyway. So we would want to see this. We'd want to see a retest of this level, and then we target down here. This could potentially be a really good trade for you guys to get into. We would target here. Stops could easily be above the high. If you wanted a 2-to-1, you wanted even more, 2.5. So this is this is definitely a solid trade idea for the remainder of this week. Yeah, I'm selling down to that daily price action zone. Yeah, you know, this looks like a good sell. All I got to say though right now is depending where you entered at, if you do enter right now, guys, you have a much worse risk reward. You have your stops up there, you know, reward down here, as opposed to if you do wait on the pullback, the risk reward is going to be much more in your favor. So that's GU. I'll leave that one on. We'll see how that one plays out. USEF, we'll leave this one on. And then let's go to UCAD next. So UCAD on the weekly time frame. It's clearly very bearish. So we broke this level of support right here, pushed down, didn't manage to retest it, and then we continued to accelerate to the downside, breaking support, retesting as resistance, breaking support, retesting it, breaking support, retesting it. So ultimately now we are down, you know, at this low. So we can't really do much with this. We just formed this last week, no wick to the downside. So let's go down to the daily and see what the hell has been going on. So daily time frame, again, clearly very bearish, breaking support, pushing down, breaking support, pushing down. So nothing doing on this. And then 4-hour time frame, early in the week when we were back here, you know, my idea was at the minimum to retest this, and then if worst case scenario, retest that level before shorting. But price never presented us with an opportunity. Never presented us with an opportunity to do so. We actually had some opportunities to short this on the lower time frame right here. So we had a break of this level. And if we just come back, because obviously now this is like invalidated, but say we were looking for shorts, we would literally have shorted every single time price comes up into this resistance level. This is a strong resistance level, continuation of the trends. So literally every single time price comes up into this area, we'd be down on the lower time frame right here, and we'd be evaluating, you know, what is a potential area that I could start to sell from. In my honest opinion, this would have been a tough sell. You'd basically be selling at these highs because there's no kind of clear breaks and retests of this. Even this is from news, which was fucking really shitty. This large ass wick. So it would have been tough to kind of catch these moves off of this. You know, it's hard when price is all the way at this low. Like we need right now, best case scenario on UCAD is we need some structure form. Like we need price to manage some sort of pullback. If we were to fib this entire push down here, we can see that we have a nice zone up here at this 38.2. So this is a nice area to look for reversal from. Again, as price comes up here, there's some sellers sitting up here. Would also be a continuation over the overall trend. So the idea on this trade currently, as I come down to the 1 hour, is to wait for sells up here. It doesn't mean I'm buying right now. Ideally, price breaks this resistance level before I consider any sort of buys up into this zone right here. So this is just not really presenting us with a clean setup. So, you know, we're not gonna put anything on it. We're just gonna wait and see if price can come up into that area. Let's come to Euro USD next. I believe I did an analysis on this earlier in the week, and it's starting to move to exactly where we want it to be. So coming up to the weekly time frame, this is very clean right now. We're going to take the fib off. As we can see, price push down to the downside, and then we had a lot of buyers step in. 1, 2, 3 bullish candles, bearish candle, followed by this huge bullish candle. Now we're retesting. This is resistance. We're retesting it as support. So this thing could potentially freaking rocket now back into these highs. Coming down to the daily, we can see the trend was established as bearish, and then we broke into an uptrend, first breaking this level, then breaking here, ultimately breaking this important resistance level, and then continue to form higher lows. See this? And then we continue to form these higher lows right here. So we had, let's bring this. So we had price come to this high, pull back, come to this high, pull back. Now we just came to this high, we're pulling back, retesting this resistance that just flipped. And if I come down to the 4-hour time frame, this was the setup earlier in the week that we went over. Price was in this uptrend. Then we broke out of it, formed this lower high right there. And then price actually broke this lower high, so flipped back into an uptrend. So this is really where we're looking to buy, guys, right down here. This is where we're looking to buy. Why? We have a support level here, and then we also have the 61.8 lining up directly with this level. So once price fucks around down here a little bit more, ultimately we're going to be looking to buy this and hold this for some sort of swing trade move. Ideally, we're getting price down in this area. You're putting stops below a resistance level or below a support level. Let's see what the targets are. Targets would be all the way up here. So if I did want to be like super conservative with it, I can put stops at this 2.0 level. Unfortunately, as I look at this, the support level is down here, which we can't really get stops below. So what I would do on this one is I would come down to the 30-minute, and I would actually try to get in on an entry on this time frame. That way stops are much tighter, and then it could potentially swing to the upside. So looking for a swing trade on EU, guys. We're at the level that we want to be at. So definitely keep an eye out. Keep an eye on this one. And then we had NU, which these zones, guys, the monthly zone that we have marked right here, like these zones are very significant. Like if you bump up to the monthly time frame, like there's a reason these zones are here. You see the support, even going back further, all of this resistance at this level, price respect to this level, once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Now, look at this. This is exactly what we look for: monthly bearish engulfing. And then we came back, retested it, large wick, telling me that price is struggling to break that area. Coming down to the weekly, yeah, price surged up over the last 4 weeks, but look at it like this. We had bullish trend, established support at this level, and then we had a clear break, and now we're back up at this high, retesting this last level of resistance. So in my opinion, this is like hitting resistance is a sell opportunity. If I break this down further, down to the daily time frame, then down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see here that price is kind of sloppy. Like if I were to map all this out, like I just told you guys to do, map out the trends, this is what this would look like. Here, my bad. This is what it would look like. Boom, boom. And we broke this. Now we broke back to the upside. And then now we're just kind of here. What does this mean like for the trend and when we should get in on entry and everything like that? Technically, guys, this thing broke into an uptrend, and this should be our fib. Again, I'm bearish because I'm looking at this sell area as being like stupid strong, really strong level. So I'm not necessarily trying to take buys off of this low. right here, but this is something that I'd have to wait on a little bit more. If price does one of these, which it did up here, but it didn't necessarily retest all the way. But if price, oh shit, trying to get fancy there. If price does one of these and then breaks, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So just mapping out hypothetical scenarios. If they do end up playing out, I'll like simply look to execute on them, just based on like this is what I would be looking for. So I'm gonna leave this on here. If this thing does play out, I'll shoot an update out for everyone. But yeah, NU is, in my opinion, looking for it to continue to tumble to the downside based on this weekly time frame. If it does continue to head lower, it's going to engulf as well. So we'll see how that one plays out. That one's just my idea. And then so we went over NU, EU, UCAD, GU, USEF. If you guys want us to cover anything else, because we're gonna wrap up the session pretty soon, or if you got any questions, feel free to post up, in the chat. And yeah, I just want to comment and say like we're excited because we've always been kind of swing traders. Every session that we've done has really been around swing trading, with all the levels that we've been marking, the zones and how we draw everything out. But we're always trying to learn new things, and I think incorporating a more intraday strategy has been something that at least our members have been asking for a long time. So we're working on it. I'm happy with the results so far within, like, hope that we can help some people out with the new strategy. I think we'll definitely be able to.
And that's the point of being like a well-rounded trader too. Like you can know a few strategies. This is more, understanding what price action is, how the market moves, how to identify, significant levels and breaks of structure. And, this is what, makes up the market. So it's great to know this and then, start adapting other styles, start implementing your own, methods, and you're learning new things.
Yeah, and just to point out as well, like I don't have like the time to literally go ahead and freaking discover this whole new strategy. Like literally one of our members learned a strategy and then he started to communicate to me the strategy and then I learned basically from him. So it's literally the whole point of mentorship. Like you sign up with someone who knows what the hell they're doing and then you follow what they're doing, and hopefully you can get close to them to the point where you're like literally asking them questions, and then that way you can move yourself along and become better, become more competent. um, it's obviously hard to comprehend, like not everyone can comprehend things the same, so it is important to have that interaction. But we're just trying to make a point, like we're still learning from people that we can. If someone approaches us with a good idea, good different strategy, whatever, we're gonna look into it. That's the point of being traders. You gotta be dynamic, you gotta be able to be flexible.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Good point.
So yeah, if no one's got any questions, we are going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. I already posted the details inside of the Telegram. So little Wednesday night giveaway for the people, and we'll be back. Like Nick went over all his analysis, so if you guys want to continue to follow that for the week, I could even open up and run through some of my just really quickly. I'll run through the analysis that I posted at the beginning of the week, but I pretty much just went over most of it, but just to show you guys where the hell it's at. Let me see. Dude, my computer is gonna fucking blow up.
Dude, it's really getting some miles lately.
Oh, dude, it's putting on a ton of miles. It needs a fucking oil change. All right, let's see. I had. So let me pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Yeah. So if you guys don't know already, TradingView, you can publish your idea on here, and obviously you can follow it along, as we go into later in the week. Going into the week, we had this resistance level here. I was looking for GU to get long. Again, didn't present us with the opportunity that I wanted, so I probably wouldn't have gone in on this trade. But it's completely okay. The point is that we're just identifying the trends successful. That's the whole point of these sessions, to show you guys how to identify market structure and trade with the trend. Doesn't mean, every single time it's correct, but the point is you don't got to be right all the time, just some of the time. This one was UCAD, which we just went over. And then I'll pull up one more. We'll pull up NZD, USD. I think you went over gold, right?
Yep. Yeah.
This one right here. So on this one, I was just looking, well, the 4-hour time frame at this high point, and we're just pretty much looking for the pullback. And then this thing obviously respected the resistance level. So if you guys want to come in, look at our analysis. It's kind of just written out more in depth what me and Nick just went over. You can come on to our trading views. It's in Discord, posted earlier in the week, in the Telegram as well. And yeah, we'll be back Sunday. I'll post the video at the end of the week, how all the analysis played out, so you guys can take a look at it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and rest of your week.
Yeah, guys. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see you again next session.
Oh yeah. Peace out, everybody.
Peace, guys.